For me, it was probably becoming a lot more confident in who I was and how to lead my own team. Just getting the skills built around leading a team, and also just having the confidence to stand up and be a leader.
I'd have to say the greatest benefit was probably personal development, self-awareness. I came into the course thinking very much that it was just purely going to be a professionally based thing about leadership skills in that context, but what I actually learnt was that it was all about you had to change the inner you and the person in your personal life, and that reflected directly through to your professional life. I picked up some wonderful skills in terms of developing my staff further, actually leading them properly, coaching them, mentoring them. The 5 practices in particular, they were a challenge, but I mean they really emphasised the leadership qualities that you need and that you tend to forget. So yeah, I just from a personal experience, it's the best course I've ever done, to be honest. So.
It's increased my confidence in my ability to manage. Firstly, it's helped me instill in me that I'm a good leader, and that I can lead a group of people effectively and efficiently. It's also decreased the fear in me that I have to perform to get the next job. I don't need to perform, I'm doing a good job. Personally, it's improved my communication with my loved ones, and it's helped greatly in improving our relationship in terms of both of us understanding what it is that we want from each other as well.
I think that they've noticed that I've been a lot more open and honest with them, and I've been a lot more welcoming of getting feedback on them as to how I'm actually going with my own performance. By that token too, I think they felt that I have been giving them a lot more feedback, how they've been going with things. I'd say that with the 360 that just received, it did show that that I had developed and I was becoming a better leader, and they were actually appreciating that, particularly in terms of enabling them to act and delegating to them so they could, and giving them support to do tasks, and also encouraging them so that they felt that there was a reward and they were being recognised and for the effort they were putting in.
I think it is unique, and I think it is unusual because it actually challenges you as a person. I don't think it's, for me, the way I'd best describe it to other people who aren't doing the training or haven't been to this type of training before, is you've got your sort of normal corporate training, which is you tick a box and then you're done. But this training was actually, it was over a long period of time. It required a great deal of commitment and energy on participants' parts to actually gain from the training, and it I think was unusual in that it actually was credible to me. So for me, I've done degrees, I've sort of have university education, but for me this was, I think the focus was really on me as an individual and what I was going to gain from the training, which I think often with sort of corporate training, if you like, it's more focused on the organisation and what they're trying to achieve.
Well, I'd say yeah, there is. It's not what I'd call a standard course of this is the ABC of how to do leadership. It's really more of a this is how do you need to look at yourself and work it out yourself almost. It's giving you the skills around thinking it out yourself and coming to your own conclusions on how you're going to do it. So it's not really a this is how you will do it, this is some skills around how you can think about how you're going to do it. So.
Michael was terrific. He was engaging and created a safe environment for people to be open and honest and be vulnerable and show vulnerability. He led through example, so he would always be the first one to kick off with an example. When we had a tough exercise, he'd be the one who would actually demonstrate his vulnerability by sharing something with us that was personal and you know, had been difficult in his past. So I think that made it really safe, and it made it real, and it made it you can't help but appreciate someone who's willing to put themselves on the line. He was very credible, so knowledgeable. Depth of knowledge was outstanding, I thought, and it was beyond just, again, I'll come back to that corporate type training. It was actually someone you can believe in, and you could believe that they had the intellect and credibility to actually deliver the program.
Very open, very honest. Some things that he shared, I guess, really broke down the barriers that we would have had with a normal presenter of, well, he's just telling us the theory, but it made it very real, made it very personal, very, I guess, accessible for us to explore our own emotions and our own feelings and how we would feel in that situation, and then go on and keep thinking about the process.
Absolutely, I would recommend this training. I think for individuals, it's a very personal choice about whether this type of training is appropriate or not. I mean, I know people I would absolutely recommend it to, and that's because I know they're seeking more from their world than what they currently have, and they are people who want to perform better in their organisation and actually want to carry that through to their personal life as well. So I think the depth of topics covered and the skills that are covered and the ideas that are just simply challenged through this entire course make it a worthwhile experience for anyone. But I think it is only successful if people are committed and absolutely want to challenge themselves.
Yes, I would. I absolutely I would recommend it. I think that you have to be at a certain point of your life, though, to really get the full benefit out of it. You have to be willing to kind of understand what your faults are, what your weaknesses are, areas that you need to improve, and you have to be willing to make that change. So, yeah, I think that, you know, if you go into the course thinking, oh, it's just all this lovey-dovey, feely crap, then you won't get anything out of it. That you have to, you know, embrace what it's actually telling you and what the feedback's telling you. And if you do that, then you'll definitely get something out of it, and you'll definitely become not just a better leader, but you'll be happier in your own personal life as well.
Two things: staff and customers. You look after your staff, the staff will look after you, and you look after the staff to empower them to look after the customer, and the customer will then help you grow the business.
I think the thing that I've grown the most in is just sharing a vision with my team and just latching on to understanding what vision is and how important it is to not only motivate myself but also my team. So that's probably the thing I'd now hold as one of the most important parts of leadership, is to be able to lead the team by giving them clear direction and giving them a vision.
LPR results, when I first started the program, I was in the job of a team leader, and my LPR reading was about 28% or something of the total, and then I got promoted to acting NOC manager, which gave me a lot of latitude in what I could do. There was no overarching person looking after me, and I had to manage the whole of the area by myself, and that helped me put in all these practices that I had learned into reality, and that made the big difference. I was just doing whatever was there, in whatever was being put into myself in terms of the leadership properties, empowering people, looking after them, providing a vision, and encourage the heart, and modeling the way. So I did all of those things, and I did it in to an extent, little here and there, and it just helped me put all into practice. And that's why there is a big jump in the LPR reading, where I got about 80% in the second one, which is a difference of about 50% jump from February to December. So I'm very happy with the way I went in this, and I'm hoping that I don't lag to what I was before in terms of not doing any of these practices. And the way I talk to my team, they are very happy with the way I'm going, and I'm what can I say? I'm just too happy or humbled and whatever, we can excited about the future prospects. It's been very good.